Hey guys, and welcome to the Heroes Global Circuit. This is the last week of the Singapore Pro League happening right now. There's a lot to play for today. I am currently in the studio. As you can see, I'm in the Nexus, so it's really good to be here. Thank you for the Singapore team for flying me down. It's going to be an exciting day for sure. We have two of the top Singapore teams playing later at about 9 p.m. after this first matchup of Inquisition going up against GEIshas. These two teams will be playing for prize money basically right now. It's about a $500 difference between third and fourth place. So, there's some prize money up for grabs, so they definitely will be fighting out for that. First and second place, though, we have Resurgence and Relics. Both teams have qualified to represent Singapore in the regionals happening next week. Right now, they're fighting it out for a difference in prize money of $2,500, as well as the first and second seeding, which will play a huge role. So Resurgence coming into this are the favorites. Of course, they were the reigning champions from last circuit. Will they be able to retain their title? That is the question. We'll just have to wait for it at 9 p.m. Do make sure you guys stay tuned to that. So I believe the draft has already started. Let's check it out. Yep, so in this first matchup, it is going to be Inquisition going up against GEIshas. The first map that they have chosen is Infernal Shrines. So Infernal Shrines is a really fun map to play. The Immortals spawning. It's a lot about map control when it comes to... Sorry, talking to the admins there. We need to get used to this a little bit. But yeah, so Infernal Shrines is a lot about controlling maps, and getting those Immortals early on in the stages to try and push down. But the thing about the Immortals is they don't push buildings. They mainly go for heroes. So it's all about clashing as well. So hold on, let me set this up. Okay. Sorry, just adding up some people in the game so I can join up on the lobby. But right now, taking a look at the draft, the first ban from Team GEIshas is going to be Kiltas. So Kiltas a really overall strong mage, and it does look like they are going to pick up the Li Ming as well. So I definitely expect this. They're banning out and picking up the top two mages that are available, in the game right now. Over on Inquisition, banning out the Falstad, I definitely like that as well. A really strong mobile hero. And on a map like this, where it's a medium-sized map, you do need a lot of mobility. He can take the top lane, and wherever the shrine spawns, he can just hold the lane out, soaking that EXP before finally flying down to help in those battles. So Falstad definitely a really strong hero as well. Li Ming, I've been playing a lot of Li Ming recently, getting to know the hero a little bit more. And to be honest, it can be quite a broken hero at times. With the resets on his cooldowns, just the amount of burst damage that he can deal, especially with the teleport build as well. He just dishes out so much damage. We also do see, some other builds that they do go for as well. But I do think that the teleport build is currently the strongest one in the game. And this is where it gets interesting. Tracer, guys, it finally has been unbanned over here in C. The 3 weeks have passed, so unfortunately we weren't able to see it picked up in any of the Malaysian qualifiers. But this time around, straight away, we're going to see Tracer being picked up. So I'm curious as to how this is going to fit into the teams. The team compositions, because we haven't seen a Tracer in any of the previous games at all. So I'm really excited and looking forward to Tracer being played in this game right now. Inquisition picking it up straight away. It's going to be a fun times. On Team GEIshas, though, they do go with the really old school Diablo Tyrande pickup here. These two heroes go way back when they basically have been dating since the beginning of Heroes of the Storm that was released. So Diablo and Tyrande, the combination there will be really strong. We do see a lot more Diablo being picked up here in the Southeast Asian region. I've been following a little bit over on the EU. We don't see it picked up as much. Yeah, but this is going to be, a pretty strong and standard lineup so far. Diablo, Tyrande, and Li Ming. I'm surprised no Illidan being picked up just yet, even though it's not banned out. Tyrael, now going to be the second ban, which I don't really understand. Maybe they know something that we don't know. But personally, I think there were a lot better bans that they could have picked up here, aside from the Tyrael. I don't see Tyrael being too menacing of a hero to be afraid of. I don't think GEIshas was actually going to go for the Tyrael, in fact, themselves, because they do have the Diablo up front with it, which is a bruiser already. So they need, if they were going to go with a double bruiser, I don't think Tyrael was the way to go for them for sure. You know, maybe a Muradin or something like that. They may have thought about banning out the Muradin instead of the Tyrael. So I'm not too sure if I agree with that ban entirely. But I think it's also definitely a strong hero, you know, Tyrael. Really strong front lines, and with the sanctification, it can definitely do a lot of work in protecting his team and, you know, going up front and setting up those kills and those ganks. Over on Team Geisha though, they do ban out the Uther, leaving only one hero left in the top tier supports, you know, which is going to be Rhaegar, which instantly gets picked up by Team Inquisition. So I really like that. You know, the chain heal is going to be able to keep his team alive. Ancestral healing, you know, Tracer is one of those heroes that will dive in deep as well. She is going to be able to get out of there, so she should be fine on her own, but, you know, with the heals coming out from Rhaegar, she should be fine as well. ETC in the front lines, you know, ancestral healing should be able to keep him alive as well. Okay, hold on, let me join in on the game in the lobby first. Okay, while the game is going on. Okay, there you go. Yep, so Kerrigan gonna be the 4th pick here. I really like the Kerrigan pickup. It provides a lot of mobility, not mobility, it provides a lot of team fight strength, you know, in jumping in, catching those heroes, and with his ultimate dishing out so much damage. I really like it, and with the support of ETC and Rhaegar, I think Kerrigan is a pretty good pickup here for Team Inquisition. Over on Geisha though, they do go with the Tassadar here, which starts to lead me to believe that they might maybe pick up an Illidan here. They do already have the Leeming for the burst damage. They do have the Diablo as an upline front bruiser. Though Diablo is not all too tanky, he definitely can soak quite a bit of damage, and with 2 supports of Tyrande and Tassadar, I do expect Tyrande to go a slightly more DPS build. Oh, Zagara actually being shadow picked here by Geisha. You know, Illidan would be an awesome pick here as well. You know, with the support of that Tassadar and Tyrande, he can definitely do work. But they are gonna, in fact, go with the Zagara, which is by no means a weak hero in any way on its own, because, you know, Zagara just huge push potential, team fight as well. With the Devouring Maw, can easily catch, you know, and set up those fights. You know, a Devouring Maw into a Apocalypse from Diablo, for example, that would be insane. If they time it to perfection, you know, the amount of damage that can be dealt out with is crazy. And Jaina, this is a hero that I personally have not seen all circuit in Southeast Asia so far, or any of the games that I've casted at least. You know, Jaina is one of those heroes that we see that has fallen down the pecking order ever since the rework to Kael'thas. You know, after they did a slight buff to Kael'thas, you know, not having to have level 13 before he gets the living bomb available and whatnot, we did see Jaina drop down the pecking order a little bit. You know, she doesn't really do as much damage as she used to before. But still a viable pickup for sure. You know, final lineups is going to be ETC, Tracer, Rhaegar, Kerrigan, and Jaina for Team Inquisition. And over on Geisha, it is going to be Zagara, Tassadar, Tyrande, Diablo, and Leeming. Right now, I'm liking Team Inquisition's lineup just a little bit better because of the Tracer, and I'm excited to finally see Tracer available in the competitive scene. I'm really excited to see how they match up Tracer towards the other teams. But over on Team Geisha though, I have to give them to them in terms of the draft, because I think they have the slightly more solid draft. They have the Leeming for the damage, they have the Zagara for the push, they have the team fight capabilities in Diablo Zagara, as well as the Tyrande. You know, the only thing I'm a little bit afraid of is maybe not having a secondary support in damage for Leeming to get those heroes down low enough for Leeming to go in with the teleport build to get, you know, off her refreshes, you know, her cooldown refreshes. So that's my only slight concern, that they may be lacking in damage slightly. But yeah, other than that, I like their lineup for sure. It is a pretty good lineup, and I think it's a really strong and solid lineup. But yeah, I have to give it to both teams. I think it's going to be a really interesting game. And as I mentioned before, this is a 3rd and 4th placing matchup. We have already actually gotten our 2 Singapore representatives for next week's regionals, which are going to be Resurgence and Relics, which will be playing in about an hour, well, after this matchup has ended. So do stay tuned for that. That's going to be a really interesting matchup between the top two teams here in Singapore as they play for not only a huge prize money jump, about double the money, $2,500, as well as seeding. Going into the regional seeding is going to be really important. You want to be first in your seeding. Well, actually it depends. It depends on who you're afraid of, because I think so far, I'm not too sure about the Thai and Philippines. The finals are tomorrow, respectively tomorrow and Sunday. So we haven't gotten our representatives from those two countries yet, but the only other two teams are Black Sheep 5, I believe, and Team Sabun Gaming over in Malaysia. So Sabun having the second seed and Black Sheep 5 having the first seed over in Malaysia, which is a team that has been training quite a bit themselves. So seeding is going to play a pretty important part as well in terms of that. So it's going to be interesting to see how those teams match up against each other in next week's regional. But if you're just tuning in, this is the Heroes Global Summer Circuit. We are in the SG Pro League happening right now, and as you can see, I'm in the Nexus. I'm over here in the studio in Singapore. It's about time that I managed to get here. So yeah, I want to thank the Singapore team for that, definitely. And if you're just tuning in, as I mentioned, this is the SG Pro League happening right now. I just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Razer, our official peripheral sponsor, as well as XSplit, our official streaming partner. Without them, we wouldn't be able to bring this live broadcast to you guys. So this is the final week and basically the finals of the SG Pro League, but we've already, basically gotten our two teams for representation in Singapore. Tomorrow is going to be an interesting day. Tomorrow is going to be the Philippines finals, and I'm looking forward to casting Renovation for sure, because I didn't get a chance last circuit as there were some technical issues and I was over in Malaysia, so I couldn't really stick around for some of the issues that were causing delays and whatnot. So, and ultimately Renovation beat out and had a shock defeat against beating out Resurgence in the finals ultimately, and securing the slot to last circuit's, finals, global finals, which was really interesting. So, and I hear that Renovation has been doing some hardcore training actually. In fact, they've been playing on the Korean service, so they are leveling up their game. I think the rest of Southeast Asia definitely needs to step it up a little bit. But it is going to be interesting to see how they play, and will they this time around be able to retain their champion against other top teams like Resurgence, Relics, Black Sheep 5, or will it be Resurgence who claims their rightful spot back? I do think that it's what they want to try and do for sure, because Resurgence has always been one of those top tier teams, and maybe they got a little bit overconfident last time, maybe underestimating Renovation a little bit, and they didn't expect to be beaten out by them in that sort. But unfortunately they were. So this time around, hopefully we will get an awesome competition as well. But yeah, we're going into the game. It is in the loading screen right now, guys. First game up, it is going to be the Panda team versus the Chinese Dog team. It is going to be GEIshas going up against Team Inquisition here on our first map, Infernal Shrines. This is, of course, going to be a best of 3 while these two teams are playing it out for the cash money right now. As you can see, I'm here in the studio in Singapore, so it is going to be interesting. We will have the replay cast technology available. Over on the blue side, I believe, is Team Inquisition. Correct me if I'm wrong, admins, but I think it is Team Inquisition. Kevin on Kerrigan, Salis are going to be on the Rhaegar, Jarvis on ETC, Reminiscence on Jaina, and Crusade going to be on the Tracer. Whereas on the red side, Team GEIshas, we're going to see Chrissy Ng on Tasada, Fury Boy on Tiranda, Katana on Diablo, Freak on Zagara, and Trung Ya on Liming. I still love his name, Trung Ya. I think he's Vietnamese, I'm not sure. Sounds like a really Vietnamese name. And I apologize if it's a girl, but I think it's a guy. So I've gotten word that Chrissy Ng as well as Salis are females. So I have to fix my speech disorder in calling everyone a male and refer to them as females here. So hopefully I will be able to do that. But yeah, the game is about to get underway. Both teams now fighting out in the first best of 3 series for that prize money. Who will come out on top here? It does look like Team Inquisition will just be blocking out the creep waves early on. Come on, Tracer. I want to see her do work. Tracer, show us the power of that Tracer. The rest of the red team, they are just moving towards that middle. They look like they are going to block out those creeps as well themselves. So both teams just going to converge there, as we do see Zagara instead rotating towards that bottom. Going to get some early soak at that bottom lane as well, and she should be fine. Top lane though, We do see the rest of Inquisition, well, 3 heroes of Inquisition in ETC, Kerrigan as well as Tracer, is that? I'm not too sure. These skins can get a little bit hard to see. But yeah, Jaina, sorry. So they are going to rotate. Tracer is going to go towards that top lane. Is going to be facing off against Diablo. Diablo's going to have a pretty hard time. Tracer is well known for her kiting abilities, especially against those melee heroes. But he does have Tyrande as well as that Li Ming at that top lane to maybe set something up middle lane, though. Chrissy Ng taking quite a bit of damage from her female counterpart in Salis. Here comes Jarvis, though. Power slide in, gonna connect. We'll be able to push her back, and with some quick succession of skills, we'll be able to get the first blood on Tasada at that middle lane. So really unfortunate there for Tasada. Wasn't able to get away with a third skill to save her life, but she will drop there for the first kill. So good rotation there by Inquisition for sure, as we do see Kerrigan as well as ETC now at that top lane, trying to maybe set something up here onto this Diablo. They do have the Tracer there, trying to harass him as much as he can. In comes Jarvis though, ETC, power slide in. Kerrigan gonna pull him back as well. Diablo trying to get away as fast as he can. The bomb is gonna be used as well, and down goes Diablo. So a nice pick off yet again for Team Inquisition as they go 2-0 right now. The first shrine is going to be activated at the bottom, and it is going to be an Arcane Shrine as well. Arcane Immortal going to be the first one to spawn up. Tracer still at the top lane, soaking up, probably going to push down this lane and then head towards that bottom. We do see the rest of the teams converging onto this middle lane as well. Chonya, they are going to activate the Shrine Team Inquisition to try and get a head start here on getting this minion creep count up. Chonya currently the only one there, along with that Zagara. It does look like the red team want to make their way towards that area. Tracer is making his way to that bottom as well. We always, as I always say, you know, the first, as I hold that thought, as now Jarvis goes in with the power slide, gonna be able to push Katana back as well. But that's gonna be all, just some harassment, as Diablo is of course the tank. Rega taking quite a bit of damage as well in the back line, and we'll have to go back and tap on his fountain real quick before he joins in back on the fight. But yeah, as I always mention, you know, the first Immortal isn't all too important in terms of objective-wise. What happens in the clash here, and this could be the clash to look for. Kerrigan gets taken down, Katana dropping really low, but with the dual support, the shield and the heals coming out from both the Tasada as well as the Tyrande, Katana will survive there, and Diablo will be able to get back into behind his walls and tap to join back in this fight. It does look like Team GEIshas are slightly ahead now, and it does look like they are in position to take this. Jarvis trying to stop them out a little bit and slow them down, but with just 2 minions left, they definitely will be able to get this, and the blue side will just head to it back towards those lanes to start soaking up a little bit. Bottom though, the Immortal is going to spawn, and the red team here, what will they be able to do with this in terms of those objective-wise? We do see the Immortal jumping in, and Jarvis taking quite a bit of damage. No support at this bottom right now. Rega is at the back at his core, just spawned out I believe, and he's making his way back into the bottom lane. But by the time he gets here, I think the Immortal should be down already. He's gonna get a few chain heals there to keep his team alive, but that's gonna be all. Top lane though, we do see the red team now picking up on a few neutral camps. They should be able to do that uncontested as well. Tracer just continuing his soak at the top lane. So right now both teams pretty even here. Red side is, Team GEIshas is slightly ahead in terms of EXP, but it's nothing to shout for. They will get that level 7 a little bit earlier, and let me check. It does look like Li Ming going the magic missile build. That's interesting. So generally when people go to teleport builds, they definitely do want to take up the takedowns, that regen HP when you do takedowns, which is interesting. So it does look like she's going the magic missile build. Here we'll be able to see if she does pick up the level 7 teleport build. Nope, she is going the magic missile build. So a slightly different build, a slightly more unorthodox build. Well, not unorthodox, a slightly less dangerous build on that Li Ming in terms of going in. And apparently there are some lag issues with servers now. So hopefully we will be able to fix that. But yeah, Li Ming going the magic missile build. It does look like she wants to stay in the back lines, and she is gonna have to try and land those magic missiles as best as she can. And they're not the easiest to land, to be honest. So it is gonna be really interesting. So just waiting to see what's happening now, I think. Okay. So yeah, apparently there are some lag issues. I think they are waiting And hold on. Okay, we're gonna go for a really short break, guys. Because I think they're having some ping issues and the admins need to check what's going on. So do stay tuned. We're just gonna go for a really short break to settle this ping issue, and we'll be right back, guys. Hey guys, we are back. I believe the ping issues are still not resolved, as personally I'm seeing 300 ping on my screen as well. Let me take that away. But yeah, it does look like they are just gonna play it out on ping, on the current ping that they are playing, because they don't want to drag it out any longer apparently. So I guess they're just gonna fight it out, and it's gonna be interesting. Lag always makes for an interesting game because you can see skill shots being missed or certain things being done that you don't generally see in a pingless game. So this is gonna be an interesting matchup here. Celis now moving towards the top lane. Diablo making his way towards that middle as well. Both teams just doing a good job in soaking, and as mentioned earlier before we went for a break, Team GEIshas is slightly ahead in terms of EXP, but only slightly, as the next shrine is going to spawn at that top lane. It's going to be the Mortar Punisher here. So if you guys are Diablo 3 fans, those Mortar Punishers, man, as a range hero, range class, you definitely take quite a bit of damage, and it's really annoying to deal with. But here in the game, this is going to be the second Punisher spawning up, so it does do a little bit more damage in terms of push potential. So they definitely will want to try and go for this. Here comes Kevin though with his little bat, going to be able to go in. Here comes Jarvis from the side, power slide in with the pushback, and down Diablo goes. But with the amount of souls picked up from him, she will be, is that Chrissy? Celis is, no, Katana, sorry. He will be able to spawn right back up and make his way back towards that top lane. They do have a slight deficit in terms of those minion counts right now. It does look like the blue side should be able to get this pretty easily. The red team, if you want to do something, you better have to go in now. Jarvis though in the side, setting something up, waiting for it. Tracer goes in, hitting down Christy a little bit, but Katana gets caught yet again. He pushes him back with the shadow charge onto the ETC, but he's gonna fall this time and have a 20-second respawn timer. And I don't think the red team can definitely contest this anymore. 5 or 4 3 minion kills left for the blue side. They will be able to pick it up just like that, and the red team will now have to deal with a Mortar Punisher. So just like that, the blue side is very well back into this game, and the EXP is neck and neck right now between both sides. There's not much of a lead for either team, but the Punisher is going to be knocking down on this top lane's door. Down goes those towers as well. Stunned in by the Mortar Punisher onto Chrissy. He gets pulled back by Kerrigan as well, but she will be able to get away. For now, she's taking quite a bit of damage though. Tyrande is there to try and provide some heals, but the Mortar Punisher, Kerrigan goes in, pulls them in. Apocalypse going to be used though, connecting on 2 as both team gets their heroic talents. Jaina with the Ring of Frost going to connect on 2 as well, as Diablo dropping low, but down goes the Tyrande as well. Not enough snows to pop her right back up as well. Chrissy now getting behind her walls. Chungya as well getting hit by the power slide, but should be fine. Nice magic missiles there, catching out the ETC for a nice consolation pick up there at that top lane. But just like that, you look at Team Inquisition, they are going to pull a full level ahead. Not going to finish off that top fort though. They will be able to take down the top set of towers, and that will help boost their EXP slightly. So far we haven't really seen Tracer play a huge amount of role in this game just yet. We haven't seen her pick off any solo kills just yet. It does look like she's going with a pretty standard teleport build as well to keep herself alive. Well, not teleport build, her third skill, Rewind, I believe. So she seems like she's just mostly been used for soak, which I disagree with. I think you should send the Tracer out for those kills, and maybe keep the Kerrigan at lane instead. Tracer does a really good job in those 1v1 battles and picking off heroes as well. Middle lane, let's check a quick look at the ping. It does look like it's still pretty high. It's about 100 MS right now, but it does look like it's stabilizing a little bit. But the bottom lane though, in comes Diablo with the shadow charge in on Kevin, taking quite a bit of damage now, but they set their sights this time around on the ETC as he's running for his life. Magic missiles though, gonna connect, and yet again, Li Ming will be able to take down a nice kill. He does pick up the Wave of Force. Zagara gonna pick up the Maw. Diablo with the Apocalypse as the top lane though. We do see Rhaegar being caught off here by the red side as well. Sorry, I missed that. But there's going to be 4 kills to 6 in favor of the blue side. But in terms of EXP, it's still pretty much neck and neck. Tyrande going with the Starfall as expected, and Tassadar going with the walls. Over on the blue side, you know, I don't see anything that out of the ordinary as well. Kerrigan going for the standard ulti there. Rhaegar going up with Ancestral Healing. Mosh Pit going to be picked up. Ring of Frost actually picked up by Jaina instead of the Water Elemental. I guess that's fine because they do need a little bit more clash potential with ETC going with the nice power slide, as well as that Mosh Pit, he can set something up for them. Tracer, you know, pretty standard as well. I think going with a single target damage on her ulti. But here comes Jarvis from the side here as the next clash about to happen. Already 25 minion kills though for the red team here as the blue side comes in balls deep as they go in trying to set something up here. Kevin taking quite a bit of damage from that Arcane Crusade though. At the side, Tracer trying to harass him down a little bit. Tracy coming in with the Lightning Storm just as harassment. But the red side, they need to try and do something here. They are only 9 minion kills away. They definitely do not want to give this away. Jarvis coming in with the power slide, going to connect on 2. But Apocalypse going to be used as well, only connecting on 1. Ancestral Healing going to be popped out on Kerrigan, and he's going to be popped right back up. But down goes ETC and Jaina, but they will be able to take down the Tassada in the meantime. But down goes Tracer as well, and this is looking bad for Team Inquisition as they lose 4. Salis, the sole survivor, keeping herself alive and now just rotating back to the lane and trying to soak it up. But the Frozen Punisher will spawn and go in favor of Team Geisha as they take this. A really nice comeback from them in terms of that setting up the kills. We do have a replay cast available. As mentioned, I am available in the studio. So let's take a quick look at what happened right there. As you can see, Jarvis went in a little bit too deep there, getting caught. Nice Hazada to get away. Apocalypse going to be used as well as he overpowered Kerrigan back in. But here comes the Ring of Frost, catching on to 2 or 3 more as well. Going to be used just on the 1 there. And just the amount of burst damage coming up from that Li Ming, just too much to deal with. And that was enough said. You know, Kerrigan just couldn't get away. And really unfortunate here for him. So we do have the technology available, guys, so nice replay cast there as we will be able to see what went wrong for those in those team fights. So blue side, I think ETC just went in a little bit too preemptively there. Unfortunate for him, he just got taken down a bit too quickly. So it does look like the Argus going to move back into the lane, soak up a little bit more EXP. The red side, Team Geisha, they are a full level ahead right now. Going to pick up a few camps as well. So that's going to help in their push a little bit. They were able to successfully take down the bottom set of forts. But this late into the game, about 12 minutes into this game, and still only 1 fort down on each side, I think these two teams are pretty evenly matched. And if you're just tuning in, this is the Heroes Global Circuit. This is the SG Pro League. We are in our final week here, where we already have our 2 representatives of Singapore, Resurgence and Relic, which will be playing after this game. But right now we have Geisha going up against Team Inquisition, fighting out for 3rd and 4th place. Where it's basically just prize pool money, the difference between these 2 places. As now we see Power Slide going in, connecting on 2. Apocalypse is going to be used as well as Creasy gets away. But Jarvis taking quite a bit too much damage as he finally falls with the Shadow Charge. Kevin in the backlines as well, just going a bit too far up front, trying to get the ulti damage up, but he will die as well. So really unfortunate for Kerrigan as well as that ETC as they fall. You know, the double support coming out from Team Geisha just doing work here, keeping their team alive. And the amount of stuns that they have as well, and the threat of the Maw from Zagara is always going to be in the back of the minds of Team Inquisition, and that's going to prevent them from going all the way in terms of those clashes. So it's really unfortunate there, but Kerrigan and ETC getting taken out there, nothing that the blue side could have done. And Tracer not having a good first game so far in the Southeast Asian region. So hopefully we will be able to see her picked up a little bit more. Maybe this time around we will see her have a bigger role to play, but so far this game we're just seeing her doing a lot of soaking, which I definitely disagree with. I think they should maybe send her off to pick off some kills a little bit more, because I don't think she does too great in those team fights as well. She's more of a solo pick-off hero, so I definitely want to see her being used a little bit more in that role. But it does look like the next shrine is going to be activated. It's going to be a Mortar Punisher again. Kevin trying to start here, but in comes a Shadow Charge. Overpower, look at that damage. Kevin dropping really low, but he will be able to get out for now on that Kerrigan. That magic missile build, man, with the amount of damage coming out from him is just doing work here from Trungya. Taking a quick look at the hero damage as well. It does look like Li Ming is popped there with 38k both on the hero and the siege damage. So she's doing work here. She's doing a pretty good job here, this Li Ming. Right now, they do have 11 minion count up already. Jarvis trying to set something up here. Gonna use the face mail. She's just trying to harass them down a little bit. Kevin finally healing up to full with the help of that Rhaegar. But Jarvis, though, he's dropping pretty low. It does look like they are trying to take control of the point. But I don't think I agree with this. You know, Crusade playing that Tracer in the back line is trying to do as much harass as he can. But she's taking quite a bit of damage, that Tracer, and she's dropping pretty low as well. I don't think this is going to help them up in terms of the engage. Here comes Jarvis, though. He goes in with the Mosh, with the Power Slide. Not going to connect on anyone. Apocalypse is going to be used as well, but Jarvis with the Ancestral Healing going to be kept alive. Kevin, though, not the same can be said about him, as he gets taken down with the Maw. Unfortunately there for the Maw, it's not going to connect on anyone at all. A bit of a preemptive Maw to try and zone them out a little bit, but a bit of a wasted skill, I guess. The rest of the team, though, they are still sticking around, and again with the double supports available on Team Geisha, they just have a lot more sustain, and it just seems like they're doing a bit of a better job in terms of keeping the point. I definitely don't agree with Team Inquisition going into the point just then, because that led them to be open to the gank for sure, and to the setup from Team Geisha. And that's what happened there. You know, Kerrigan was a bit out of position, ran not to say a wrong way, but away from his team, which led to his demise, you know. But right now the Punisher does look like it's pushing down those lanes, those mortars just flying out, trying to do as much damage as they can. The red team will be able to take out that outer fort, and it does look like they are pushing down the towers. They should be able to get those towers pretty easily. I don't think they will be able to get those keep though. So Mortar Punisher is finally going to go down though, and here comes Jarvis. Power Slide in now onto that Diablo. Kerrigan going to go in as well. Look at the magic missiles coming out from Li Ming. ETC dropping really low, and finally Diablo is going to fall, but he's going to pop right back up. Kevin going to fall yet again, and Jarvis in the backline is not too sure what he was doing there. Is he lagging or something? He might have been lagging because he actually stopped moving right there and finally he gets taken down too. So not too sure if that was a lag issue, because taking a look at the ping, it does look like it's stabilized to about, nope, it's just spiked up to about 100 again. So maybe probably ping issues there, getting a bad server here in the game. But yeah, ETC got away, stopped right there and then he just got taken down. So really unfortunate there for him. But it does look like they're just unable so far to deal with the burst damage, you know, with the Tiranda boost in damage, along with Li Ming hitting off her magic missiles, as well as the arcane orb, with Diablo setting it up here with the shadow charge into that overpower. It does look like they're just having a really tough time definitely dealing with this game so far. Li Ming just doing quite a bit of damage. She's doing really good work here. And it does look like right now Team Geisha are very much in control of this map. They are in that level 20. Team Inquisition 2 levels behind, so they do not have their Storm Talents just yet. And the red team could actually end this right here, right now. They definitely can take those clashes for sure. But it does look like they just want to extend their lead a little bit more. They will take down the final forts at that middle lane. That's just going to further extend their lead yet again, and it does look like they're just going back to that soaking and taking up camp space, waiting for the next shrine to be activated. I do think that they should start applying a little bit more pressure instead of just continuously waiting for the shrines, but it is going to spawn up, so I think they should be fine here. They do pick up almost every single camp available aside from this one over here. But I think that should be fine. The next shrine is going to spawn. It is going to be yet again, I think it's a Mortar Punisher again. So, interestingly enough, 2 Mortar Punishers in a row. The blue side, they are going to get in position to maybe get themselves a clash here. But I don't think they're going to be able to fight this. They don't have their Storm Talents available. So they have to be extremely careful here. Christy going to get spotted out. Going to be able to get away for now. That would have been a really bad situation if she got taken down and got stunned to death. So she would be able to move away from that fight there. And let's look like the red side. Team Geisha, they're starting it off right now. Already 15 minion kills. Rhaegar dropping the totem, trying to maybe push and force a fight. But it doesn't look like anything's happening for now. Tracer doing what she does best in the background, going in for that Li Ming. Li Ming will be able to blink away though. Apocalypse is going to be used, connecting on 2. Ring of Frost is going to be thrown out as well, connecting on 2, and damage coming out, and down goes the Tiranda. This looks like a good fight for Team Inquisition if they can hold it. But Kevin though will fall, and ETC will fall as well. So really unfortunate for them. It did look like a really good start. Tracer going in the backlines, trying to set something up onto that Li Ming, but just taking quite a bit of damage, and Li Ming with the blink and the teleport teleport will be able to get away. Kerrigan and ETC on the other hand were not so lucky as they get taken down. They were able to take down the Tyrande early on, and it did look like really it was a good point for them. But I think the solo heals coming up from Rhaegar just not enough. And with both Tasada and Tyrande in the fray of things, keeping the team alive, it just seems it's getting a little bit hard for Team Inquisition right now. Team Geisha with the Frozen Punisher, my apologies, it wasn't a Mortar. With the Frozen Punisher, does look like it's going to push down the bottom set of towers as well as that keep for sure. Will they be able to end the game right now? 20 minutes in, that is the question, and pull themselves a game ahead in this best of 3 series. Crusade, you know, Tracer just trying to stop this push as much as she can. She does get stunned out, taking quite a bit of damage. That's the problem with Tracer, is she's so squishy and she gets taken down so easily. She needs that Storm talent to be able to give her rewind the heal. But it does look like Team Geisha will back off here. They are playing this really safe. They do take down the bottom set of keeps. That's going to help them keep the lane pushed out. It does look like they're trying to push down this middle set of keeps as well. For the blue side, they will be able to achieve that level 20 and they start to come in here. Will they be able to set anything up? Katana Hill, Diablo goes in with the overpower into the Shadow Charge to push him back. Ring of Frost going to connect onto Tasada, taking quite a bit of damage. Will not be able to get away. Apocalypse going to be used, connecting on Kerrigan as well as he falls down. Jarvis now with the Ancestral Healing going to be kept alive, but no Mosh Pit just yet. It does look like it is on cooldown, so I think it got cancelled. I think I missed that out. Zagara though in the backlines will be able to take down that Jaina, so unfortunate for her. It is going to be again a 3v2 here. Zagara just diving in a little bit too deep. Rhaegar as well as the Tracer will be able to take him down. Jarvis in the background here trying to push Diablo back into the fight, and he goes in with the power slide as Diablo falls. Apocalypse will be used. Teleport going to be used by Li Ming as well to keep himself alive. Oh, Salis! You have to be careful here. Dropping really low with the chain heal, going to be kept alive for now. But here comes that Chase. The teleport, they are kiting him around here. But he does quite a bit of damage. Unfortunate for him, he will not survive that and finally fall. Diablo with the Souls Collected will spawn up. Top lane, they do lose their forts with due to the creeps, but I think that's a small consolation for the blue side. I do have to commend them for keeping themselves in the game so far, but I think it's more of Team Geisha not taking advantage of their early lead. When they were level 20 and the opponents were level 18, I did expect them to be a little bit more aggressive instead of constantly waiting out for the shrines to spawn there. So that has probably given the opportunity for Inquisition to come back into this. Next shrine is going to be spawning up in about 20 seconds now. Both teams just getting off a few camps before they heal up and head towards that area. Jaina trying to keep the bottom lane pushed out here. He will be able to push out the creep wave and clear it a little bit quicker than the rest of his team, but it does look like he's still sticking around though. Team Geisha, it does look like they are just continuing to pick up on a few more camps while the blue team gets themselves in position for the top shrine. I think now is a good time to activate it and get a head start in terms of those minion counts, and it does look like they will do so, but I think they just delayed it a little bit too much. They might have been able to get a couple more minion counts here. With the red side, they are setting themselves up for sights here. The Owl going to go in with the Scout. Jarvis is going to be waiting in the brush here, but he's going to get stunned out and gets hit by those magic missiles as well, taking quite a bit of damage, but being the tank, he should be fine here. Katana now going with the Shadow Charge. Overpower not used just yet. Katana could be in some trouble here, but Jarvis taking quite a bit of damage as well. Arcane up and Magic Missile not going to connect. Crusade going a bit deep in. Going to use his ulti, his bomb onto that Fury Boy, but does not do that much of a damage anyway. Apocalypse now, they're going to be used, not connecting on anyone, so a bit of a preemptive Apocalypse. Jarvis now just trying to wait for the perfect opportunity, but look at Team Geisha. They're doing a really good job in keeping their distance here, not to get caught by the Mosh Pit, but in comes Katana yet again. Overpower in onto Salis, taking quite a bit of damage, but here comes the Mosh Pit. Gonna connect him too, but instantly gets cancelled out there. Tasada taking quite a bit of damage, but Tyrande is gonna fall in the background. Salis, you need to get out of there alive. Chain Heal needs to keep yourself alive, but down goes the Tasada as well as the Zagara as well. Apocalypse gonna be used this time around, but Inquisition, nice 4-man pick-off, and with Diablo with the Soul's gonna spawn right back up, but really well played from them in that clash, pulling themselves back into this game and in control right now. They could actually end this game right here, right now, with a 40-second respawn timer on Team Geisha. they could they could well end this game right here if they are able to pick off both the Li Ming and the Diablo. Do note that Diablo does not have her souls ready. I do believe we have a replay cast, so let's check out what happened in that previous clash just there and then. As you can see here, Jarvis just doing a really good job. I think Katana just dove a little bit too deep here as he went in with the shadow charge. No overpower as well. Kevin going in, striking in on Fairy Boy, and then just unleashed everything onto Fairy Boy. Mosh Pit was connected there, but unfortunately, yeah, we're going to stop that replay cast. It does look like we are going to end, they are trying to push and end the game there. But as you saw, just really well played by Kerrigan in that replay, setting it up for the kill, taking down the Tyrande really early on. Chungya taking quite a bit of damage, going to be able to teleport himself out of there, but really unfortunate for them so far. They do a bit of damage to the core. They thought about maybe ending it right there, but I don't think they will be able to do so. Ice block on Reminiscence to keep himself alive. Chungya creating quite a bit of damage. In comes the power slide as well. Teleport going to get him away, but no, not enough as he gets taken down. Diablo falling earlier on as well, will not be available for the next 20 seconds, but red team, they will be able to hold their ground for now. Team Geisha keeping themselves alive in this game. But the Team Inquisition doing an extremely good job in keeping themselves so not up to date, but like in this matchup, and then taking one clash, which was all they needed, and then, you know, pushing down the top keep as well. So game is pretty much even now. Coming into the 30-minute mark, this is really unusual for a HOTS game for sure. We are reaching the super late game mark already, where any mistake, you know, the next Punisher could well mean GG for either side. Both teams now just retreating back into their camps, picking up on a couple of those camps as well. Red team will be able to get a set of those camps. Blue side setting themselves up as well. It does look like Fury Boy is just trying to scout it out. They do have the Zagara Tumis in place to give them some vision. Kevin now rotating towards the bottom. Zagara could be in some huge trouble here. Is this a tactical pause? I'm not too sure, because he was moving and he was rotating around, and then just as he's about to get caught, the game pauses and he leaves the game. So probably maybe just some lag issues right there for him. Probably begging not to kill him right now. But Zagara does look like he's not going to survive this in any way. He's all alone at that bottom lane, and I don't think he's going to be able to get out. Katana is at the top trying to get this minion camp. Middle lane, we do see the two supports in Chrissy as well as Fury. But yeah, apparently DCing Zagara. Unfortunate that DCing at that very bad time. And it does look like he's going to get picked off here. But I don't think that's going to mean GG for the red team in any way. Taking a look at the ping of the game, it does look like it has stabilized down to 15. Doesn't look like it's spiking. So I think it's okay for now. But yeah, let's take this downtime to take a quick look at those talents here. So Storm talents being picked up. We do see both of the Storm being picked up by Kerrigan here. Storm Shield going to be picked up by Rhaegar. That's actually interesting. Actually, deciding to go with the Storm Shield to give shields for the next 3 seconds instead of the boost in Ancestral Healing. Personally, I like the Ancestral Healing boost a little bit better. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, Freak is going to reconnect here. Maul going to be used to try and keep himself alive, but it's just not going to be enough. It's Jarvis on the ETC. I believe he does have the teleport there. Yeah, he does have the death metal, sorry. He will be able to take him down. So unfortunately for Zagara, he gets taken down at the bottom. So both teams is again retreating and getting some of those camps. Blue side, they might want to try and maybe set something up here and push down those forts a little bit faster. But the next shrine is going to be spawning and be ready. So this is probably going to be the final clash, I think, unless both teams does a really good job in terms of getting the Immortal, but it does, I think it should be the last clash. Whoever gets this Immortal and whoever wins this clash right here will probably win the game. So red team, they have control of most of this game only until the previous clash. The Inquisition get themselves back in this. They definitely do not want to lose this right now. They are going to activate the shrine here. The red side does look like they will just want to push out those lanes a little bit in the meantime. While they do get a hit start here, Team Inquisition. Already 10 minion kills for them. So it's now or never, Team Geisha. Wow! That burst damage coming out from Li Ming along with the damage boost from Tyrande just takes down Jaina so quickly. Well placed pick off. Zagara is going to spawn right back up here. Here comes Katana Kerrigan pulls in both Chrissy as well as that Fury Boy. Apocalypse going to be used though. Mosh Pit going to get instantly cancelled out here. Ancestral Healing not going to be used in the nick of time, and down goes ETC. The Ghost is going to be in place to get off a Ghost Mosh Pit, but no follow-up there as 2 heroes drop for Team Inquisition, and it's a disaster for them. But that burst damage coming out from Jaina and Tyrande was just crazy, as Jaina didn't stand a chance at all. As hold on, the crash is still continuing on now with the overpower throwing Kevin into place. Kevin could be in some trouble himself. Ancestral Healing going to be used to pop himself right back up here. But Chrissy and Team Geisha are doing a good job in keeping themselves in control. They are now 32 in favor, slightly ahead in terms of the creep kills. It does look like the blue side, they want to try and set something up here. He gets overpowered back again. Kevin could be in some trouble here. He could be taken down. Crusade in the background, but it does look like Team Geisha will be able to pick themselves up the Immortal, and this could very well be GG. Top lane, they are still giving chase onto Kevin. I don't think Kevin's going to get out of this alive. He is just a small bat though. Magic Missile is not going to connect. He gets pushed back. Diablo going with probably overpowered just soon enough. No, Kevin is going to be able to blink out, wasting their time here. He's doing a really good job wasting their time. Tracer is still lingering a little bit around. Kevin, ooh, nice jukes there, but he will get caught out by Zagara. Finally going to get overpowered as he gets taken down. Middle lane, it does look like they are pushing down this keep. They will be able to get so, but I don't think the red team capitalized on that a little all too well. They were chasing down the Kerrigan a little bit too long. So yeah, so we're gonna go into the quick replay on what happened in the last clash. As you can see there, Jaina was just waiting there. Look at that burst damage. It's so crazy. He just dropped from full HP down so low. You know, and then ETC, he was just up here. But that turned the things around so crazily because Jaina just got taken down so fast. GG lag game apparently. But yeah, so Jaina got taken down in quick burst there from full to 0 in basically 1 second. And that's the power when you go with the Magic Missile build, and along with Tyrande, you know, giving that boost of damage. As you can see from the score screen, I believe we switched around, but 100,000 damage from Li Ming. That's crazy. That's pretty crazy. There 100,000 damage, hero damage on that Li Ming, and 132,000 siege damage as well. Tracer did a really good job himself in sieging. Hero damage, he was the top as well. So good performance by Tracer, I guess, in terms of that damage and XP contribution. But Team Geisha, with that one clash, was able to secure themselves the first game in this best of 3 series. So really well played to them. We are going to go for a short break. Of course, this is, as mentioned, going to be a best of 3 series. So we're going to go bring to you game 2 really shortly. We're going to wait for the teams to set the draft up. So guys, stay tuned. We are in the Heroes Global Circuit. This is the Singapore Pro League. This is the final week for Singapore before the regionals next week. So make sure you guys stay tuned for all the action. The damage, but the shield gonna keep him alive. Vala, as well as that Li Ming dropping, but the boss is pushing down your lanes, guys. Your core is probably gonna get taken down here. Johanna just trying to waste his time, and look at that. Jaina knows exactly what's going on, and she starts to make her way back towards that bottom lane.